Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. This is a bit unusual to start a video. This is a friend of mine's SUV. And I think it's a lot to learn for all of us here, how you can make just a plain old SUV. Now this is a very large SUV, but you can make it into a wonderful, comfortable home. And my friend has done some amazing things in it. Um, she doesn't want to be on the camera. And I've known a lot of people over the years. Most of them just refuse to do the video at all. But my friend was allowed me, because she has so many good ideas, to shoot the video without her in it. So I'm very grateful for that. Okay, so I'll just show you the rest of the tour. I guess this is just a tour and all the great ideas she has starting now. Let's take a look. So the first thing you're going to notice is this is a very big SUV. This is a Toyota, but the Chevy Suburban, the Yukon, the four-door Yukon, the Chevy Tahoe, they're as big as this. The Suburban is probably maybe even a little bigger. This is a real tall one because this Toyota is pretty tall. The Ford Expedition and Excursion are both very, very large SUVs, and they'd be this big. So the full-size SUVs, as you can see, are really, really large. Okay, so I got out the tape measure and measured it from the very back door up into the front seat and all the way up to the dash is 10.5 feet. So that is a very, very long. As you can see, my friend took out her passenger seat, front passenger seat. So door to dash is 10.5 feet. And from the back door to the seats up front, driver and passenger seat, is 8 feet. So that's a lot of room. And between these cases here, this side and this wall is 40 inches, and between the wheel well and across is 36. So it's very large, very open feeling. These big SUVs are really something to consider as a possibility. So starting here in the back corner, you can see my friend put in a very nice, excellent solar system. She has a 240-watt solar panel on the roof. I'll show you that here in a minute. As you can see, she bought really high quality components. That Samlex inverter is very good. Victron is about as good as it gets for controllers. And she has a 200 amp hour Ampertime, which has since changed its name to Li Time, which are really, really good batteries. But she has 200 amp hours, and that's a lot when it's lithium. If you didn't want to do all this work, you could just put in a power station, a Bluetti or EcoFlow power station back here, and it would actually free up more room. And back here, she has a futon. You can see it's kind of a trifold, but during the day, she just folds it up and puts it in back, and that gives her a huge amount of open space in here. Then at night, she pulls it out, and it's 3 inches thick, very, very comfortable, she says, 38 inches wide. So it's just a tiny bit wider, but it fits right in to this space. So she's got a great lounging area, she's got a great bed, and she's got a huge amount of space inside the rig. It is really hard to imagine a better situation than that. And it's very comfortable. She works digitally from the rig. So she sits back there with a lap desk and works. That's her desk, her office. It works super, super well. So this is her office, her lounge, and when she lays out the mat, it becomes her bedroom. So she really is getting a lot of use out of a tiny space. Now, something that she really loves is this. And so it's just clamps on. You see it's clamped on back here. And she can move it anywhere she wants. And it's very, very nice. So this is just a super, super system. So I'll put a link in the description for both of these things, the futon and that arm that holds her pad or laptop or phone. And also put a link to this strip light, which is just fantastic. Really, 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 really good. Very, very low power drop. It's very bright back here. Really does a good job. Now you notice her back window is black and this window is black. And that is a blackout sticky film that she bought on Amazon. And then you just cut it in to fit and it sticks on there. And man, is it excellent. No light can possibly pass through. Now, it is so dark that you can't see through it either. And that's okay. It's worth it to get that excellent, excellent stealth. And she really, really wants that stealth. She needs it. She works from the city sometimes. I think the heart of her home is these stacking storage bins. They latch and lock when they're closed. They're big, they're strong. She's used them for a long time. That's just really, really excellent. To stabilize it, she has these slats that you can see, and in the front she has a piece of metal, and they're just wedged in really tight. She keeps all of her weight on the bottom and all of her light stuff on the top. It has no tendency at all to move, just none. She also screwed these strips. She also screwed into those, so they're actually into the plastic. They just have become one solid big unit. So it just opens, and you get a lot of room in there, a lot of storage. And then when you latch it, it latches tight. It doesn't want to come open at all. It's a really good system. You're crawling around on your knees, of course, because there's not a lot of headroom, but there's actually an exceptional amount for an SUV. But so you're crawling around on your hands and knees, and she has these thick padded doormats and carpets down, and they work super, super well. So that's all our storage: clothes, food, cooking, all that stuff goes in there. The headroom in here is really unusual. This is one of the large Toyota SUVs, and it has a 42-inch head height. That's really unusually tall. So you want to be sure and check any rig you buy to make sure the head height is good enough. She went ahead and removed all of her seats and then put down plywood to level it. And you can do that with almost any rig. If you're willing to remove the seats, then you can lay down plywood and get this nice smooth floor. And then you take out the front seat, and my goodness, it's just an enormous amount of room. She usually has storage up here, but she took those out for this video. And then she has her fridge right here. This brand name is F40 C4. I did a review on several of these, and everyone who's owned one thought it was just really, 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 really exceptionally good. F40 stands for 40 degrees Fahrenheit. C4 is 4 degrees Celsius, and it's extremely high quality and durable. It's cheap, really cheap, and you can find a link for all this stuff in the description. And to cook, uh, she will just put a butane stove. One of the folding butane stoves goes up on there. She can cook here if she wants to. Behind the seat here, like so many of us, she has water storage. And she has this one really, really great jug. She has two of these, and this thing is just fantastic. It will last forever. And it holds a gallon each. So she has 2 gallons, and then she carries a few individual bottles as well. Of course, over here she has a fire extinguisher, very, very handy. And then, because she is sometimes in the city as a digital nomad, she has this blackout curtain that she keeps in between. She does have a sunroof, and so she found something really interesting. She just puts a fork here. That's a fork. And she just pushes in the fabric underneath whatever she can find. Up here, it goes near the edge of the moonroof, and here it goes on the edge of the headliner. So she went to the thrift store, bought a bunch of nickel forks, and that's how she puts it up. And it's a dark blackout curtain, and it works super well, and it's also pretty insulating. And then you have to know how she does goes to the bathroom, and she for urine she uses this, and it's of course female. It's designed to be used for women. And she got this on Amazon and loves it, says it's the best one she's ever tried. So for any of you ladies, check out that link. And then for defecating, she just uses a 2-gallon bucket, just like so many of us do. In an SUV, you can't get away with a 5-gallon. So this just takes care of her storage and organization. She has a kitchen, she has a bedroom and a lounge, all the functions of a home she has replicated right here in this tiny little space. That's really amazing. And of course, she's got a 4-wheel drive SUV, so she can go further back. She's got more ground clearance, and she loves that. She'll go often and camp out, just go out in the desert and sit. and this works really well. So this is a power center that she got. It's a 12 volt, as you can see. You just plug it into a cigarette lighter plug, and then it has all these USBs, one USB-C, and the rest USB-A's, power on and off, and two. So it's an inverter as well. So this is really, really, really a multi-purpose item. So you get, and you can plug in other 12 volt items to it. For those times when the battery may go dead on her, she keeps a battery jumper. And so this is the Gulu, which is a brand I have loved and owned for a while. So she also has these. These are LED light bulbs. They're USB. They have very little draw, but very bright light. She uses them for outside when she's outside at night, and she uses them inside when she wants additional light. They're $10 each. Very, very low draw. I've had one for many, many, many years. I really highly recommend these. So we all need all the storage we can get. We don't want to waste any space. So this is the door behind the driver's seat. And she just, like a lot of us, just tucks in some of the fluids she carries. And this is a traction board, which if she ever does get stuck, even though she has four-wheel drive, she can get out. So on the roof, she has a 245-watt solar panel. Now, these SUVs are not all that big, so she had to search pretty hard to find the smallest 245 that she could that would fit in between the roof rack. And so we believe this is a new Power, but there'll be a link in the description, so look down there for it. And she actually went ahead and taped around the edges so that it was black and just blended in. She got this from Amazon, which will give you free shipping, which is a really big deal on solar panels. My friend bought this reflective windshield cover. It's actually designed for an RV, so it's a little big. It doesn't fit perfectly, but it fits quite well. And yeah, she's been very happy with it. In the summer, you put it on the outside like this, and it keeps the heat from ever getting inside the rig. Of course, this is not stealth. And in the winter, if you put this on, it will keep the heat from escaping and you will stay warmer. So these are really, really useful things. So as you can see, this is an astonishing large amount of room. It's very comfortable. It's very organized. It has a place for everything. And if you had more stuff, my friend is a minimalist, so this is plenty of storage for her. But if you had more, you could put a shelf unit there in the front door. You could put one right here. You could even have much more in here. She just likes it as empty as she can get it. And if you like that, wow, this is fantastic. If you want more, it's easy to get more organization in space. So a large SUV can be an excellent choice, especially if you're looking for four-wheel drive. You can't buy one cheaper or better than a large SUV. There's a lot of them around. They're easy to find. It's easy to find one that has been well maintained, is in good shape. So I think it's something to give really serious thought to. Well, I hope you got something out of this video, some good ideas, maybe a different viewpoint of a rig to be in. And if so, then like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, hit it hard, hit it often. And we'll talk to you on the next video.